Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Supervillains Wave 1 Xemnu Build-A-Figure. We are on the final figure in the wave before the Build-A-Figure. We have the A.I.M Scientist Supreme Advanced Idea Mechanics. So here we have the figure. He comes with like a tablet accessory piece and one of the arms for Xemnu. Just a heads up on mine, I do have I don't know if I want to call it a major QC issue, but there was a paint problem, and I want to talk about this because Hasbro, you'll see this on some figures. I mostly see it on Power Rangers Lightning Collection where there's some kind of paint imperfection or something going on, and it looks like they try and paint over it, and it ends up looking like shit and really, really bad. And that's what's happening with mine. So when we take a closer look at the visor, you'll see what's going on. Or if you've seen my pics on Instagram, you would have seen it because it's really bad looking. But anyway, the awesome packaging, I've talked about this every time. The purple and green I really like because it really helps it stand out and pop if it's hanging on the peg. You see the Build-A-Figure Xemnu up there. I got mine from Dorkside Toys. They seem to be the quickest in getting Marvel Legends, new Marvel Legends figures in. So I always pre-order day one immediately. So always kind of look out for that. And then, you know, when they got this and they shipped out, they actually had some cases still available to order, like in stock and everything. So always keep an eye out on Dorkside. Turning the package here, we have the A.I.M Scientist Supreme in front of all the little A.I.M henchmen and everything. That looks really cool. We have that same image there on the back. His bio reads, A.I.M Scientist Supreme, brilliant and diabolical. The Scientist Supreme helms a massive criminal cabal known as Advanced Idea Mechanics. So in this video, we will show A.I.M Scientist Supreme along with the other A.I.M guys and Modok. So let's get right to it and open them up. Alright, and here is the A.I.M Scientist Supreme figure out of the package, and he's pretty cool. He has a pretty cool look to it. The metallic plastic color, so you see a lot of the marbleization because of the fill lines and everything. I think it actually works for this figure. One thing that just really stands out to me, it looks like he's all legs and his torso is very small. And it kind of is, but I feel like that belt piece is making it look a little funky. You could probably already see the paint defect that is just driving me crazy. And it's like, well, why does anybody approve of something like that? You could see right on the visor there. We'll take a closer look at that. First, the only things that he comes with, he has the, which arm is this? This looks like the right arm to the Xemnu Build-A-Figure. So we're going to throw that off to the side and take a look at him in the next video. He comes with this pretty cool looking like tablet, so it's almost like a holographic type. So we get a little bit of gray shiny paint on this side, and then you can kind of see it's just this translucent blue color, which kind of, you know, when you have like this digital look to things, I guess that's kind of the color that we get for the most part. It doesn't have any words or anything like that. You just see some kind of lines in there, but we see some hexagons right there, which really match up with the A.I.M Scientist Supreme, like right here on his chest. We get that right on the screen, so that is pretty cool. So now let's take a closer look at this guy. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the A.I.M Scientist Supreme, and here's what drives me freaking up the wall crazy. We get this very nice metallic teal color there for the visor. Looks really good. And then what the hell is this that Hasbro did? So someone in the factory saw something. You can kind of see it looks like they were covering up some kind of paint chip or some kind of paint defect, maybe a scratch in there or something, and they kind of spot fixed it, which is cool. There's effort in there. Somebody's checking. But what the hell is that? Like, why did somebody think, okay, well, we'll just fix that up with this? That don't work. This blue looks to be the same as this blue right here on the bottom part of the face mask. Not the visor. Like, that doesn't even come close to matching. Like, why? Why? I see that all the time with Power Rangers Lightning Collection, where you'll see a lot of white lines and things, and then they'll go over it with what looks like a freaking whiteout pen or something, and this kind of has that same look. Like, they just have like a pen, and they just kind of just do a little bit of this and try to make it better. But it just makes it so much worse and just looks so bad. So at some point, I will be replacing this guy because I can't stand the way that looks. And it might sound like I'm being petty and I'm complaining and really whining and bitching about it, because I am. I'm going to admit it, because that's just, this is the type of thing that we should not be getting, right? That's, I think, when people think of QC issues, this is the type of thing that I'm looking at. You know, if we have a line that just isn't straight, okay, that's normal. These are mass-produced figures, but this, somebody had to have hand done that, hand fixed it, hand painted it, and it just didn't come out good. So, rant over, I don't like it. So, but the figure looks really cool. There are some new parts here. We get a lot of reuse from the Udon Taskmaster, the Hydra Supreme figure used, you know, the lower legs and the arms, and then the Civil Warrior uses the arms and then the lower legs as well. So we've seen a lot of these body parts used before, but we do have some new ones. And the torso is going to be all new, and it's going to be specific to this figure because you have, like, right there in the middle, those hexagons that are painted really well, by the way. That they're not going to use this figure for anything else. So it's kind of probably a one and done. So it's kind of nice. We have these shoulder pads here. They're a fairly soft, it's like a hard rubber material, so it kind of can move around a little bit. It's done in a nice gold color. It just looks really good. The black that they use in the torso and then the legs, the hips, and then this collar piece is done really, really nice. It's got this matte look to it. It came out really nice. I like that. And then look, engraved in the back is the same the hexagons. Just looks really, really nice. I really like the way the black and the yellow really come together. You know, just like the A.I.M troop builders and everything. You know, if you had the 2-pack that used this body here, which was the Paladin body, or if you use kind of the Beehive Trooper type dudes, the black and yellow goes really well. But this one, because it's a metallic yellow with a real dark black, matte black, just looks really, really nice. I really like the way it looks. Looking at the rest of the figure here in the front, we got this big belt piece there that's done in kind of the same baby blue color as the hexagons, and then right there on his helmet and things. That looks pretty good. The pouches are done in a gray color. There's no additional paint to them at all, but it looks pretty good. Can't really complain. The paint is applied nicely, just not on the visor. Looking at the hands, a little black and yellow on the gloves. Black for those elbow pieces there. I really like the way it looks. It came out good. It would have been pretty cool actually if these knees had black, but in the character design it probably wouldn't have worked. But I really like the way it came out looking on the elbows. Really nice. So pretty cool. Now let's zoom out for his articulation. Okay, so the A.I.M Scientist Supreme, we got a lot of motion in his head, so he can do all kinds of crazy things. It is on a dumbbell joint, so heads up. He can look down that much. He can look up that much. There, you get crazy pivot in there, full rotation. Of course, the shoulders you can get to go up that high. You can do a full rotation, just kind of keep in mind that shoulder pad there. You have an upper bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow, which gives you about that much bend there, which is really good. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. Be careful because it kind of the palm of the hand hits right at that wrist, so there's not a whole lot of wiggle room in there, but you can get it to work. Now with this new torso, we get a diaphragm joint, but you don't get the most range of motion. So he can pivot to his left that much. He can pivot to his right that much. That's not a whole lot, but going back is a decent amount. I feel like it's misleading because the belt and the pouches are kind of large. It looks like it's not really getting a whole lot of motion. Forward is very limited though, so that kind of sucks. You do get a rotation at that diaphragm joint as well because there is no waist swivel on this guy. It is not there, so that is all part of the same sculpt. You know, this belt really isn't removable, but you can kind of move it around, and you can see that that torso piece is all one piece, so no waist swivel. Legs go out that far apart. You can't kick forward that high. You have an upper thigh cut. You get a double jointed knee like so. No calf swivel or anything. Foot hinges all the way down. You get a little bit of hinge up. Great ankle pivot. Pegals at the bottom of the feet, and we have an ankle ball in there, so you can rotate at that ankle ball. You just want to grab it, and then you could do the rotation. So there he is. If you guys have that Udon Taskmaster or the Civil Warrior or the Hydra Supreme, you already know what those legs are all about. But the torso joint being new, a little bit limited in range of motion, but based on the type of suit and the fact that he's a scientist, I don't know that he's going to be doing a whole lot of crazy things. And then before we move on to the next segment, I do want to mention there's this like powdery stuff all over the figure, and it just has this weird texture and feel to it. So just heads up on that if you guys have that problem with your figure. So just kind of weird. Okay, and here we have the A.I.M Scientist Supreme next to the deluxe Modok figure, and Modok is just such a large figure. You can see how he just kind of overpowers the A.I.M Scientist Supreme and just really dwarfs him, makes him look tiny, but that's just because of how big that Modok figure is. Okay, so here we have the A.I.M Scientist Supreme along with a bunch of his other A.I.M Advanced Idea Mechanics buddies. Okay, so here we have the Supervillains wave in its entirety. Aside from the Xemnu Build-A-Figure, we have Lady Deathstrike, Red Skull, the Hood, A.I.M Scientist Supreme, Doctor Doom, Arcade, and Dormammu. You guys let me know down in the comments below which is your favorite out of all of these supervillains here. Okay, so my final thoughts, aside from the QC issue, I think it's a very cool looking figure, and it goes really well that Modok just dropped not long ago. If you got all your A.I.M troopers from Hasbro Pulse, it really goes well if you're really building your A.I.M organization. So I'm very happy with it. There's so many other supervillains that could have easily been put in its place, but I think it fits the theme of what Hasbro was really going for, you know, getting us that Modok and having those troopers ahead of time. It feels right to have this figure, if that makes sense. But you guys let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts on it. Have you seen this bad of a QC issue paint fix on a Marvel Legends? I've seen it on Lightning Collection. This is my first time seeing it on a Marvel Legends, but you guys let me know down in the comments below if you've seen it before, if you guys like this figure, and if you like the video, you know, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.